From the John C. Hinch Production Arts Studios in Peoria, Illinois, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Montel Hardy and Marcella Gillen. News with Jake Schultz, Gabrielle Balzell, and Ashley Edlin, and your Midstate reporting team. Sports with Kevin McClellan, On the Beat with Christine Kinnear and Christy Sergai. Money Matters with Jewel Jones. Get Real with Elise Andrew. Let's Eat with Stephanie Robbins. About Town with Kristen Pedicini. Street Team with Samantha Lebos. And State of the Arts with Elizabeth Scoville. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine starts right now.
Welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm your host, Montel Hardy.
And I'm your other host, Marcella Gillen. Thanks for joining us this week, and we're hoping that you celebrated Easter and had a good time with your family. I know I did. I was able to kick back, and my Uncle Dwayne dressed up as an Easter bunny. It wasn't necessary, but he totally did.
Wow. And
the thing is, we're all older, so we all knew it was him.
Well, yeah, what, is he like really tall or really short that you know? Or?
He's just average height, just average gentleman.
I could have been anybody in that case, right?
Oh, that's kind of creepy. I don't like to think about that. Well, no, my grandma always hosts like our annual Easter egg hunts, except we're not into them as much as we used to be when we were little. Okay. It's more like, so now she puts money into the eggs, so like it motivates us to go finding them around the yard. See,
that's really cool. Actually, this past weekend I actually did something like that myself, except, we were still stuck on the candy. It wasn't the usual jelly beans, those, at least, Snickers and stuff like that.
My favorite jelly beans now are, I think Starburst has, which ones I'm talking about? Those flavors, they're amazing.
Delicious. Jake, Ashley, and Kevin, tell us what's going on with the news.
Good evening, I'm Jake Schultz from Midstate Magazine.
And I'm Gabrielle Balzell. Now let's take a first look at the news.
Hail, tornadoes, and flash floods were some of the weather conditions states across the country had to deal with last week. There are at least 45 confirmed deaths from the devastating storm, which traveled through the south and gained steam in North Carolina and Virginia. 62 tornadoes were reported in North Carolina, the most since 1984. The aftermath of the storm left uprooted trees, destroyed homes, and flipped over cars, as well as over 250,000 people without power in North Carolina alone.
HIV and AIDS was a topic recently discussed at the Garrett Center on Bradley University's campus. An event to raise awareness of the disease was held with free testing available for anyone who came. Speakers included people living with AIDS and health officials providing stories and statistics. Event coordinator Ashley Smith spoke about the importance of this event and the information being provided.
HIV is 100% preventable. There are all kinds of resources. There's all sorts of things out there in place, all sorts of information that can prevent people from getting this infection.
The event also emphasized the importance about reaching young girls even as young as the age of 5. Testing is usually free or affordable and completely confidential. People who use needles or are sexually active are advised to get tested.
The price of gas is at an all-time high. At the moment, the average price in some cities range from $3.50 to over $4. Publisher Trilby Lundberry conducted a survey which found that the cheapest price for gas in Tucson, Arizona, and the highest price is in San Francisco.
The nation's unemployment rate dropped in 34 states from February to March, the largest number of states to record a decline since June of last year. New Mexico recorded the biggest decline, followed by Florida, Oklahoma, and Indiana. Illinois' rate dropped from 8.9% to 8.8%. Regionally, the Midwest has generated more jobs than any other region in the country. 7 states saw a rise in unemployment, while the rate was unchanged in 9.
The Peoria Art Guild has a new exhibit. Midstate's Matt Danielowitz has more.
During the spring season, Peoria is introduced to printings and drawings from many artists. The 33rd annual print and drawing exhibition was held in Bradley University's Horser Arts Center and the Peoria Art Guild. Ray Nelson, program coordinator of the Peoria Art Guild, explains what the exhibition entails.
Bradley International Print and Drawing Exhibition is actually one of the country's longest running print and drawing shows. Has over the years grown to encompass some of the world's best drawers and printmakers.
The vibrant colors of many drawings and printings open our minds to the meaning behind the art. Even though you must travel to different buildings within Peoria, this exhibition still remains a local attraction.
It's tied specifically to Bradley. Over the years, it's gotten large enough to have to spread through multiple locations in Peoria, but at its very core, it is a Bradley-related exhibit.
There are professors who have drawn several portraits that are displayed throughout the exhibition. Whether they are local artists or from around the country, the quality of the printings stand out in the room.
What really makes this show stand out is the high caliber of work that we get, the quality of work that comes in because it's such a wide net that we cast is amazing.
The print and drawing exhibition runs through April 15th. Stop by any art center to take a glimpse into mesmerizing works of art. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Matt Danielowitz.
Some interesting things were happening on Bradley University's campus recently.
I mustered up the courage to venture out into the open and see what kind of evil was afoot. For 1 week in April, Bradley University's campus was invaded by the living dead. I'm of course talking about the student-run game of humans versus zombies.
2 teams, humans and zombies. Starts out with, I think this time, 3 original zombies who have to go gather humans to go join their team. Every time a human gets tagged by a zombie, the human becomes a zombie and now has to fight on the zombie team.
2 of the game's moderators talk about the details of the game.
We usually have a day mission and a night mission every day. The day missions will be smaller, the night missions will follow a storyline.
That's the great part is when you're like walking across campus and you see people just going out to like full out sprints.
Chasing
humans
each
running
other.
from zombies.
Scared for their lives.
I found a civilian who gave his perspective on the game.
I always like look and see like, oh, that'll be fun, and then I just don't do it. I just miss it, or I'm like, I should be probably more concerned with, I don't know, like real stuff at school instead of, and I don't live on campus either, and there's a lot of things like, there's like a missions kind of thing you've got to do. In order to be there, you've got to be on campus at certain times.
But those playing see it differently.
And so Humans vs. Zombies is a way for everybody to get together, join in and have some fun, act like ridiculous kids. It's a game that you could only play basically while you're in college, so we got to get as much of it in now before we end up going off to our jobs and, you know, what happens from there.
So the next time you walk through Bradley's campus, be careful. There's zombies. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Jake Schultz.
Now here's Kevin McClellan with sports.
The Bradley baseball team was swept by the Illinois State Redbirds this weekend, losing all 3 games at home at O'Brien Field. Friday's game was rained out and made up in a doubleheader on Saturday, where the Braves went a combined 0 for 16 with runners in scoring position and lost the first game 4-1 and the second game 12-1. On Sunday, the Braves took an early 1-0 lead in the first when left fielder Brad Kimball hit a single to plate Rob Elliott. The game stayed close through the third, but Illinois State took the lead with 2 runs in the 5th, going up 5-3 and staying in command the rest of the way. Kimball was the hot bat of the day, going 3 for 5 with a homer and 4 runs batted in, but it wasn't enough. Illinois State completed the sweep, winning 12-7. Speaking of sweeps, the Peoria Rivermen were swept out of the AHL playoffs on their home ice on Tuesday. After dropping the first 2 games in Houston, the Rivermen couldn't get any momentum going and wound up losing both of their home games this week. This was the Rivermen's 3rd playoff appearance in franchise history and the 3rd time they've been knocked off by the Houston Aeros. Hopefully they won't miss the Aeros in the postseason next year. That's it for sports. Back to you, Gabrielle.
While Kate Middleton picked her wedding cake for the royal wedding, Prince William has requested a groom's cake. This tradition is usually more well known in the southern United States, but the sweet-toothed groom wants his own chocolate biscuit cake for the occasion. The dessert will combine 2 of the prince's favorite treats, with 1,700 McVitie's rich tea cookies and 17 kilos of chocolate. The recipe can already be found online.
I don't know how much 17 kilos of chocolate is, but it sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot.
I think the chocolate biscuit cake kind of threw me off, but I think it'd be all right.
It sounds
Might taste good.
Well, that's all for the news. I'm Jake Schultz.
And I'm Gabrielle Balzell.
And I'm Kevin McClellan. Have a good evening and join us again next week.
I had no idea he had that much of a sweet tooth.
Yeah, I thought, you know, the wedding day was supposed to be about, you know, the bride. And
yeah,
what
it's
she
supposed
wanted,
to be.
I guess he decided he wanted his own cake, his own everything. So.
But they said it was like a tradition now in like
Yeah.
the southern. I don't know. I haven't heard about that.
Haven't heard about it either.
Well,
yeah, it's a little different.
I'm sure he'll enjoy it, and I kind of want to get that recipe now and just
I was
to try
about
it
to say,
out.
yeah. Is there a way I can make an appearance and just get it to go plate?
Yeah, yes.
I'd definitely go for it.
They'll allow you in, and there was a lot of chocolate used in that cake, not to mention.
A ton. You were also interested in the unemployment statistics as well?
Yeah, I was happy to hear that Illinois now has dropped, what, 0.1%?
Yeah, see, 0.1% sounds little, but when you have a state with, what, a few million people in it,
yeah.
There's, you know.
It's a significant.
There's a couple people.
You know, with summer rolling around, I think a lot of the jobs become more option, like part-time jobs, whether it be construction or whatnot.
You know, employment is employment nonetheless, and I think that if you can get, you know, people that are willing to take jobs part-time, then it's better than, you know, not having a job, period, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, whatever you can get. And besides, with the number of, like, immigrants coming in, I mean, I've heard, like, statistics saying that we have approximately 12 million immigrants, and we're 12 million unemployed.
That
so
always makes
any
the
job
search
really
difficult.
does.
Really does.
Christine gives us a look into a musician who has been influential to many. Let's take a look.
This week, we take a step back in time and explore the classic 1992 album Harvest Moon by Neil Young. Young is arguably one of the most famous and influential musicians of his generation. Born in Canada, Young first started performing in 1960. After moving to California in 1966, he co-founded the band Buffalo Springfield. Then, in '69, he became the 4th member of Crosby, Stills and Nash, before embarking on a successful 40-year solo career. Young has established an impressive career as a folk rock performer, releasing 34 studio albums. He has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice and won multiple Grammys. Harvest Moon is one of Neil Young's most popular albums, and for good reason. The personal acoustic feel developed by masterful string work and meaningful lyrics puts the listener into a calm trance. The album was nominated for 2 Grammys and won Juno 1994 Album of the Year. The ideas expressed both lyrically and instrumentally on the 10-track record reveal Young's honest reflection on life, love, and nature. It's the kind of album that might not hit you right away, but when it does, it leaves a lasting impression. With On the Beat, I'm Christine Kinnear.
You know, Christine mentioned that it had like a way with nature, and I could hear that within the lyrics or the music. It kind of puts you at ease and it's peaceful.
The music was pretty smooth. I enjoyed it myself. I think whoever came up with it, you know, kind of, if you can make like chill music, you'll draw in a whole different audience.
Oh yeah.
Not everyone wants like the upbeat, you know, like
there's a time for everything.
Music.
Just the other day, I took a Pilates class, and they had, you know, this type of music playing in the background, and it does wonders because you're sitting there concentrating on your breathing, concentrating on your emotions, but the music kind of contributes to your state of mind, you know, being tranquil, and it helps you. And when I was done, I felt like I just received an hour massage.
Wow.
It was nice.
I mean, is Pilates like that difficult? Because I know one of my friends tried it once, and he says that he was
either sore. Is he a male or female?
Oh no, it's a guy. It's a guy.
Because there's a lot of flexibility. You have to be very flexible for Pilates. So it's different for guys. But I mean, I encourage him because it kind of combines, you know, strength and like poise. And you get a really good workout without even knowing that you've been, you know, sitting there doing it. But
except for the constant falling over that might occur during the workout.
No, but that's what you work on. You know, they'll get stronger eventually, and you'll be able to sustain yourself in these positions. So I was definitely sore, but I enjoyed it, and I'm coming back, and I thank the music.
That's good. You know, practice makes perfect. Maybe I'll be encouraged.
Careful what you practice at.
Elise Ander gives a review of a classic novel turned into a film in this week's Get Real. Take it away, Elise.
This week, we take a look at Jane Eyre, the classic Charlotte Bronte novel that has been made into films numerous of times before. But this version, directed by newcomer Cary Fukunaga, is more concentrated on the forbidden love and passion between the 2 main characters and the gothic tone of the famous novel.
Children, I exhort you to withhold the hand of friendship to Jane Eyre.
This is a grand old house, but it can feel a little dreary. Mr. Rochester's visits are always unexpected.
Your gaze is very direct, Miss.
Jane Eyre is an orphan who has come to work at the home of the dark and brooding Mr. Rochester. When strange things start to happen, Jane questions her time at Mr. Rochester's manor. Will his dark secret and her status get in the way of a blossoming relationship? 22-year-old Mia Wasikowska plays the timeless character of Jane Eyre.
The thing that struck me the most was, you know, the strength of Jane's character and how, yeah, despite everything that had happened to her throughout her life, she really, instead of letting that sort of you know, wound her or her become, you know, a damaged character, she kind of became stronger. And the other thing about Jane is that she's just timeless. You get the sense that if she was to live in our society today, she'd just thrive. And
do you think that because I am poor, obscure, plain and little, that I am soulless and heartless?
Jane! Jane!
Everything seems unreal. You, sir, are most phantom-like of all.
Jane.
I give this film 4 out of 5 stars. It made me jump at numerous parts from surprise. Not only will the women love it, but it's still interesting enough for the men who might have been dragged to see it. However, it is slow at some parts, but the acting and directing make up for it in the end. Wasikowska is wonderful as Jane, who is supposed to appear plain, but has the heart and ambition of somebody with more power. She is matched evenly with Michael Fassbender as Mr. Rochester, who oozes masculinity, and the audience immediately understands why she falls in love with him. Fassbender and Wasikowska have the right chemistry to make this film work, and keep an eye on them because these are 2 actors you're going to want to watch time and again. For Get Real, I'm Elise Andert.
Thank you, Elise. And I think Michael is going to be having another blockbuster coming in June, the X-Men movie. That's what I've been hearing. Well, anyways, this movie here, I liked her comment about it was something a guy and a girl could watch.
Yeah,
you know? I
can definitely testify for those who have been dragged out to the girl movies and, you know, you either fall asleep.
Those are the ones you secretly enjoy the most. Your guilty pleasures. You act like you don't enjoy those chick flicks, but you do.
I mean, I always go in there trying to be optimistic and give it a chance. And, you know, when they basically fall in rhythm with a lot of movies before it, you know, you start to text or do whatever with your phone. You know?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny that during those time periods, you know, like a lot of the women had to wear, I mean, I'd be particularly uncomfortable having to wear what they did, the dresses and looking, and I'd be one to want indoor plumbing.
Well, see, think of it as a fashion thing. That was kind of what was in, so that's what people did, yeah. They didn't call it in, they called it, you know, just what it was.
Well, I mean, it's not, so, you know, I agree with that, but it was not so much it being in as it was like what was expected to wear. Like they were not supposed to show anything, but nowadays you definitely don't see that.
No, nowadays you actually see the complete opposite. And people get to, you know, you can see the boundary push more. As a guy, I'm not going to complain though, but eventually you'll see more and more.
We'll see. Kristen Pedicini finds out how to block yet another attack. Let's check out how we can protect ourselves too.
So this week for Block of the Week, we are back here at the Markin Center to learn more self-defense from Michelle Fry.
Okay, so your attacker comes in from the front from a punch. The first thing that you want to do is just get it out of the way. You're not looking to push this way out of the way because then he's going to end up over there and you're over here and he's still able to hit you with this second hand right here. So you don't want that. So you just want to hit it just enough so it doesn't hit you. So here, it doesn't hit me. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to step in and I'm going to get my fist together and I'm going to do an uppercut right into his floating ribs right here. So you just, right there. And if you hit it hard enough, which doesn't take all that much, you can break the floating ribs. And then game over. He's done. And you can run away. So he comes in from the front with a punch and you just knock it off to the side a little bit so you don't get hit. Then you take a big step forward and you uppercut.
Let's see that full speed. For more information on self-defense, contact the Markin Center at 309-677-2678. From Midstate Magazine, I'm Kristen Pedicini.
Thanks. so much, Kristen. That was something I'm going to use, possibly.
I was about to say, those types of moves are things a lot of people can kind of get used to. It's not like it has like 9 or 10 different parts. It's like a
yeah, no, it was a quick
2 or 3.
But also, you're not always aware of like the punch coming, because if you're being attacked, I mean, that's exactly what you are. You're being attacked. So and so you're not aware of it's coming on.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I mean, I think it's great that they're actually informing, young people today how to defend yourself.
I also like how it's not just, you learning how to fight, so that way you can go around and pick fights with other people. It's you being able to defend yourself.
There's a difference between learning how to fight and defending yourself, absolutely. My mom always tried sending me up for karate classes because she insisted on self-defense class, but I was never one to be into that type of thing, so I didn't, but this, to me, I could see myself attending this type of class.
It is. It's something that's informative, and it's not like too competitive. I know because I used to take Taekwondo when I was little.
You did? I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I did.
So you're a black belt now?
Oh, no.
Are you?
I'm more. I think I made it to like green or one of the intermediate belts.
I don't know what the colors mean. I just know what the black belt is.
Yeah, I made it to one of the intermediate, and then I stopped to play a different sport. But one thing I will say is that there it's kind of competitive. You don't want to mess up. You don't want to be that guy with the white belt still a year into the program.
So you're almost motivated to keep progressing into the other different color belts.
You almost have to. You don't want to be left behind.
And were you the one to like chop the wood?
No,
you never got to that?
No, not quite. I'm glad I
really
didn't,
was expecting to see that.
Jessica Pierce brings us a new and talented group for this week's State of the Arts.
Hello and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm Jessica Pierce, subbing in for Elizabeth Scoville. Today we have the Infernal Furies, an alternative rock band from Leroy, Illinois. Joining us now is Zach Jackson. Hi Zach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you got your band started and how you formulated?
Well, we started out as a surf rock band with like a guitar too, and now it's just bass and drums. But that guy, he wasn't the coolest, so we kind of went on hiatus, and after a long hiatus, we just ditched that band, and me and Alex started this one, going with a radically different style.
Nice. So can you tell me a little bit about maybe some future performances you guys have going on?
Well, it's in the works right now. I mean, we're planning on getting some next month.
Okay, and what would you say your style is like?
Well, I really like the bands, like mainly like Alice in Chains, White Stripes, Dresden Dolls, they're really cool. And in a way, I've kind of based some of my songs off those guys, but most of the time I try to write something that's different. That's something that not many other people have written, like played before.
Oh, nice. So you write all your own music then,
Yeah.
or do you do any cover songs?
We're doing a couple of covers that we're gonna put on our set list, but mainly I write all original.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear it. So let's see what you got going on tonight.
Okay.
I've been called a vagabond, maybe a criminal once or twice. What I've been called, the list goes on and on, sometimes even nice. I may look like a shady fellow, for all you know I may be. Let me show you the night, come and take a walk with me. If I charm you or not, this is what I've got, and my offer still stands. We can howl at the moon, it will make you swoon. Come into the night with me. Don't you know the night is long, but it eventually turns to light. Morning comes and it is gone, and I can no longer show you the pleasures. I can no longer show you the pleasures. I can no longer show you the pleasures of the night. I may look like a shady fellow, for all you know I may be. Let me show you the night. Come and I will set you free. If I charm you or not, this is what I've got, and my offer still stands. We can howl at the moon, it will make you swoon. Come into the night with, come into the night with, come into the night with me. With me. Yeah,
Thanks, guys. That was awesome. Well, thank you all for coming out tonight. For State of the Arts, I'm Jessica Pears.
Thank you, Jessica. Now, I believe that those two young gentlemen are still in high school, is it?
Yeah.
They're kind of young.
They didn't really look, as young as I thought they were. They were pretty talented, to be just in high school organizing that type of thing.
I don't know if, just being able to master an instrument and sing and coordinate your own music, that takes a lot.
The singer also had a little bit of a stage presence too, which you don't see in a younger performer.
Oh yeah, so. I feel like he's got a lot of potential to come up with.
Yeah.
I could hear that music playing in the background, for that zombie versus the human things on the Bradley campus, don't you?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of appropriate, don't you think?
It would be for certain. If the game gets intense, which apparently it does.
It has. You always can tell who's a zombie.
In the event that it does get intense, I can see the song playing in the background. I guess while the zombie
like the
takes
slow
over.
motion as he's taking down somebody.
Yeah, the intensity of the Nerf gun firing at someone. I can definitely see that.
I accidentally scared one of the zombies once, and I felt kind of bad, but
What'd you do?
Well, we kind of met head on, except I knew he was playing the game, because you can tell, of course, they have those little squirt guns or Nerf guns, whatever they are.
Not to mention the bandanas.
And the bandanas. And a lot of them wear eyeliner, they
really?
do. They wear eyeliner. I've seen it before.
Guys?
Yeah.
No.
They wear eyeliner. I know. It's,
yeah.
well, I'm not going to.
Wow.
Not going to judge. Well, anyways, so
I'm gonna judge.
He was coming inside of a door, and I was leaving a door, and they're really paranoid, so they're always like looking.
Yeah.
And I yelled, "Don't shoot!" And he got scared and like.
You probably just.
I did it just.
You nearly gave him a heart attack. How did you do that to?
Because he thought he was under attack.
Yeah. Such a strong sense of paranoia involved in that game. It's ridiculous. I think that's why I couldn't play it, because I'm paranoid to begin with. If someone's walking behind me, I'm going to turn around anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, they're everywhere. Bathroom stalls, anywhere.
Bathroom
stalls.
Wow.
It gets intense, believe me.
I haven't quite had that experience yet. If I do, I'll probably
I'm more of like a sit-at-home, board game with the family.
Ooh.
Why not?
I like that better than going outside and running around and playing basically an adult game of tag. That's what it sounds like. An adult game of tag.
So, and the weather conditions are not always in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're firing that Nerf gun and it's windy, you're not going to hit your target.
You're not going to do anything with that, with a strong wind. Especially, in the mid to late spring like what we're in now. I really wouldn't see myself being too successful if I were to play it.
And speaking of the weather, I can't really say it's been feeling like spring. Just lately. Yeah. Yeah. It even snowed.
A couple weeks ago, we had some really good weather, but it seems like after that, there was just a streak, like a 10-day streak of just terrible weather, average weather. I think we made it back up to average, well, with the exception of today. But.
Well, hopefully it gets better. My wardrobe has been all malfunctioning now because I'll have my winter clothes, my spring clothes, and I'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Mine's too. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Montel Hardy.
And I'm your other host, Marcella Gillen. Join us again next week.